Hi everybody, I'm Ian, and well, this is not my E36 M3. In fact, I no longer own an E36 M3. I thought we should talk about that. Whoa! Now before I say anything bad about my E36 M3 ownership or any generalized accusations about owning a 30-year-old BMW, I want to say that the E36 platform is amazing. It can offer so much regardless of if you're in an M car or if you're in a non-M car. There's a reason why they're so common for grassroots drift or time attack or even just, as a great project car. Parts are pretty accessible. It's an easy platform to work on. It's an easy platform to learn on and learn how to take care of an old car. For my needs, I was looking for an older modern vehicle to take care of and maintain as a daily driver for a very, very short commute. So it fit my needs pretty well. Regardless of what I say in the rest of this video, I loved the car and I hope to get back in one someday again soon. Obviously, I sold the car. And I sold the car for a number of reasons. And a lot of those reasons just kind of started to pile up over the course of my ownership. There was nothing huge, not one big issue that I wasn't willing to face. It was kind of a multitude of problems that I don't know if I was capable of fixing, willing to fix, or economically even able to create a game plan to fix. So as I warned about in a previous video, and some of you guys may already have experienced this, owning and maintaining a 30-year-old BMW is a big ask, both emotionally and financially. And around 3 to 4 months of owning the E36 M3, that started to be just enough for me. When I was looking for the car, I was looking for it to fulfill a whole set of needs that I frankly no longer have in my life. I was looking for a nice short commuting car. I was looking for something I could, have as a hobby, as a side project to spend some money on. Unfortunately, I lost my job and financially it just doesn't make sense. And on the other hand, it was quite stressful. To be honest, daily driving the E36 was pretty nerve-wracking. It made probably 2 trips to the mechanic a month. It was costing me more than, a new car payment. And it just constantly had problems. So a few months and a couple dozen problems in, I was beginning to think that maybe it's just not the right time to own an E36. It was one of my dream cars for a long, long time. And frankly, I just think I wasn't ready for it. I think I'm probably a little too young, a little too low on the finances, a little short on garage space, and just don't quite have the emotional or financial bandwidth to take care of this car anymore. So I think it's pretty responsible of me to realize that, come to terms with that, and to put it up for sale. So when I finally came to terms with selling the car, I had an array of options and platforms to sell it on. I had sold the car on eBay Motors, I had bought cars on Cars&Bids, I bought cars on Facebook Marketplace. But before any of that, I reached out to a bunch of friends. Hey, I don't think I'm in the right time and place to own this car. If you want it, come and look at it. And so I had some friends come by, everybody took a look, took it for a drive and passed on it. I thought about putting it back on Cars&Bids, but I didn't feel right about somebody not being able to see the car in person before taking it home. Because after all, when I bought the car on Cars&Bids, there was rust, there was structural issues, there was broken glass, there was all sorts of problems that just weren't listed on the auction. And so I didn't really feel right about putting a car like that back up on the website. Even though I had addressed and fixed the majority of those problems, I just didn't feel right about putting it back up. I thought about eBay Motors, but then again, like I said, I kind of wanted somebody who could come and take a look at the car in person. So I took some nice photos of the car, I put it up on Facebook Marketplace, and I had tons of people reaching out. I had multiple people come and look at the car, I talked to many people on the phone, and there was a lot of good interest in the car, and a few people that actually came and there were some offers. Some offers were a little bit lower than what I was expecting, and so I passed on them respectfully. And then eventually this nice younger mechanic from Connecticut came on up, took a look at the car and took it on home. But overall, ownership was pretty nice besides the, pile of repairs and all the bills I had to pay. And, I did end up losing a little bit of money on the car, but that's just kind of the price of owning it for a while, I guess. But overall, it was a really awesome experience. I don't think I was in the right time or place, but God damn, was it a nice car. It was very analog, but it was still pretty luxurious. It was a smooth commuter. It was nice to look at. It was nice to ride in. Passengers loved it. It had a lot of power. It actually drove way more like a muscle car than I ever expected, and that was pretty fun for a while. Even with all its problems and flaws, I think I would still recommend the E36, especially the M3. If you can find one in good condition, no rust, probably replace pumps, replace cooling system, no structural damage. I think you have a pretty bulletproof chassis. Well, a lot of the issues I faced were due to a lot of the bad decisions of previous owners. If I were to come across an M3 with a clean bill of health, I'd probably jump on it. I mean, just look at what Donut Media did. They overheated one on purpose, and it took redlining it in neutral for like minutes and hot lapping over and over and over, and they barely overheated the engine. Mechanically, they're pretty much bulletproof, and I really want to get back in one day. It's not the time for me. And will I miss the M3? Well, of course. But to be honest with you, the temperature's rising, the sun's coming out a little bit, it's almost summer, and I got a 96 Miata just waiting to be driven out that garage. And not to mention this new addition to the family, which I will be making a video on very soon. But yeah, I think you have these highs and lows when it comes to car ownership. It's important to understand that not every car is going to be suited for you, and you're not going to be ready for every car you're going to own. Unfortunately, in this case, I happen to lose my job, and financially it just didn't make sense to maintain an old BMW. But who knows, I might still be extremely financially irresponsible, as I took out a very large loan to own what I would deem the best car you could buy for under $40,000 today with no job. And I'm sorry, we're not going to be seeing much more of the E36 on this channel, but I do have some cool projects coming up soon. We're going to showcase this car a little bit. I got videos to make with the Miata. We got some track days and drift events coming up soon as well. And thank you guys again for watching the past videos. The love and support has been pretty amazing, and I love reading every single comment you guys leave down below. And you know, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. As always, thanks for watching. Let's see if you can hear the turbo noises.